Hello, welcome to Matters of DeCorum. I'm Scott Corum. This is what matters to me. Not feeling my greatest. Sometimes wearing a bathrobe is a sign that you're just trying to recover a little bit. Later video than usual this week. Same cause and effect. October, it's fall, it's a little cooler outside, it's a lot cooler inside. I really do need to get a handle on the air conditioning issue I've got. But it's time for spooky stuff, and I figured today what I want to do is I want to go through one of my favorite genres, that being the niche combination of horror movies and science fiction movies or space horror. I want to grab a bunch of those movies, of things from that genre, kind of crush them together, see if I can't find a decent spot to fit a role-playing game into. A session, a one-shot maybe. I once ran the movie The Black Hole. I ran that as a GURPS Traveler adventure. One shot. Beautiful. So, famous movies that mix space and horror, or properties that mix space and horror very effectively. I'm going to go to the Alien series. I'm going to include the more recent films in that series, if you want to choose to add them to canon or not. But Prometheus and Covenant have their place, which I will discuss as we go along, because I'm mostly drawing from those, but with some of the classic Alien from Alien and Aliens, and throwing Predator in there, because why would I not throw Predator in if I'm going to have aliens? And I'm combining things. Science fiction horror. Also, because it is that season, and it is this movie, and it's one of my favorites, whether other people like it or not, does not matter to me. Mass Effect. Great sci-fi horror film, which is going to bring some other role-playing properties into this. We'll get there. I was thinking about what I was going to pile into this. Will that do? Is that enough for the moment? Yeah. Let's mix this up a little bit. If you're not familiar with the film Mass Effect, you should get familiar with the film Mass Effect. It's a really, really good movie. Very gory. It is dead smack in the horror milieu, and it combines gore and Lovecraftian horror and science fiction really, really well. It's one of the first FTL ships that operates by manipulating a captured black hole. It has a singularity in special magnetic storage, which it manipulates to move it out of real space and into a theoretical space where it can travel much further distances in a shorter amount of time. No speed of light limits, no what have you, and then reemerge into normal space some great distance away. And while it did successfully leave normal space and reappear, it took it 10 years to do so, and when it arrived, terrible things had happened to it. It had traveled someplace where the ship itself had become possessed, evil, animate, malevolent. Killed the crew, killed most of the people who came to rescue it, and whose only course of action was to send it right back to hell. If the concept of a starship that warps reality, leaves reality to go someplace with the potential for being possessed or turned evil and then return sounds like a different science fiction um, property that is the basis of faster than light travel in the Warhammer 40k universe. Uh, there are people who consider Event Horizon a prequel to everything in Warhammer 40k. I would be one of them. I think that's a very viable theory. So let's take that event. At the end of Event Horizon, the person who designed the ship and the ship both gone. So, but there will be plans somewhere. You know, there are factories that build it and laboratories that constructed the computer systems and what have you. So it's not like that means you couldn't build another one. Of course, you could build another one. Who would build another one? Well, the background of the Event Horizon universe is a little hazy, so we can play a little bit. We can add the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. Would the Weyland-Yutani Corporation absorb the uh, structures that had built the Event Horizon and build a second one? You bet they would, because they were all about the space exploration and the space travel. And okay, so it didn't work perfectly, but it worked, right? It did what it said on the box. The numbers might have been a little bit off, but the singularity drive is apparently successful. We just need to work out some bugs. Because that is the most Weyland-Yutani Corporation thing I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, it's dangerous. Yes, lots of people died. We get it. We'll work it out. Just bring us the tech. So, Weyland-Yutani Corporation builds another Mass Effect. A Mass Effect 2, as it were. An Event Horizon 2. Dang. So, the Event Horizon 2 is all set to go. Well, what are the Weyland? And they might have even have a couple of successful flights. No, it works. We've got a successful faster than light drive. Put some extra shielding on it. We have some very special crew on board who seem to be able to manage the stresses. So hey, we're good. They have avoided the problem of madness by crewing their ship with androids, of course. Why wouldn't you? You have the Android technology. There's going to be post Prometheus and Covenant. So you've got the David series and the series that comes after the David series, which are just going to be magnificent machines. Yeah, you could pilot an Event Horizon. Those things never go crazy, right? So, problem number one. We have the crew of the Event Horizon 2, a group of extremely smart, very strong, agile, fast androids. Androids and gynoids. I don't see why they wouldn't have expanded the line by that point in time. Be stupid creepy if their gynoid line happened to resemble Nume Rapace. But problem number one. Yeah, the androids. You have the evil Mass Effect, Event Horizon, Lovecraftian death cult androids who don't need to manifest their inner mental workings straight away. They've got processes that they can put them through, refinements. They're going to be mechanical Cenobites after a while. So what do you have this ship do? You've got a ship, you've got the Event Horizon 2, you're Weyland-Yutani. What do you do with it? You send them out to LV-426. Of course you send the Event Horizon to LV-426. Why would you not? You know there are xenomorphs there. You have a crew, probably a toughened crew, not just of standard android gynoid models. Maybe they've got some combat capability built into them. More combat capability built into them. So maybe you have designed them to be a capture team for some xenomorphs. If they're lucky, maybe a queen. Event Horizon 2 has more cargo space than Event Horizon 1. There was that long neck on the Event Horizon 1 between the main engine section and the habitat and control, which made a lot of sense because with that experimental drive system back there, you don't want to have you want to have a lot of space between your people and your machinery so you can separate the two of them. So you have more time to separate the two of them. But you could certainly strap some cargo pods around that stalk in the hull. Excuse me, and use it to haul cargo and living cargo laboratories. Just make them modular, and you could even take some additional crew, maybe some humans, maybe some scientists. Let's talk about Weyland-Yutani's relationship to scientists. There are two brands of scientist as far as Weyland-Yutani is concerned. There's the kind who works for the company as a member of the company, and there's the kind the company hires because they don't want to risk any of their good company scientists. The good company scientists, the people who are designing the chips that run David, that are doing most of the spaceship design, your people who understand how the science works and are reputable in their fields. The people who make Weyland-Yutani have a good stock profile because their academic name means something. Those are the company scientists. And then there's the people that Weyland-Yutani hires to go on away missions. And these are not good scientists. There's a lot of complaints about the movie Prometheus that, oh, those people were all stupid. And, well, the reason for that is those people were all stupid. Those people were hired because they were not academic names. They weren't people that had big reputations. Oh, they had some accomplishments, but some screw ups, and it all balanced out in the negative, and none of those people were ever going to have tenure. None of those people are ever going to end up at a good university job. None of those people are going to ever have a bucket of prizes in their field. They were all screw ups because they were expendable. They were expendable experts in their fields, or as close as you're going to get. That's who's going to go with the Event Horizon 2 to LV-426. Yeah, they're going to send us some science. Okay, we're going to actually see if we can figure out what happened this time. We're going to see if we can analyze this from bit, send a crew to capture media, and send a crew to do some analysis on site, take samples, and find out what's going on. Bring us back the highest order of xenomorph you can find. So all of these individuals jump through the warp to get to LV-426. And maybe that shielding means something, and maybe the extra shielding over the cargo compartment or the habitat module that has your human crew in it is all good. And maybe the shielding's been protecting things for the most part up till now. Maybe the androids and gynoids have been getting a gradual saturation of the evil influence of the warp, but without some metaphysical component that we do not currently understand. They aren't fully affected yet. you got to wonder, is an android or a gynoid, is something that's driven by an AI, would that be difficult for a demon to possess because there's an intellect there that the demon does not fully understand? Or to be easier for a demon to possess because there is no metaphysical presence behind that intellect? Or is there a metaphysical presence behind that intellect that we just don't understand? It's good coffee this morning. Event Horizon 2 makes it to LV-426, and, well, they find what you find in LV-426. You find the blasted ships. You find the alien jocks. You find the engineers. You find the engineers and some of their technology and some of the stuff. You find some eggs. You find some alien eggs. And if there are alien eggs there, that means if you had looked around a little bit more, if you had just dug some where there are eggs, there's a queen. Immortal, effectively, like lobsters. Just get bigger. Have plenty of DNA telomerase in their system to make sure their age isn't going to be what kills a xenomorph. Violence, disease, not age. Perfect. Biological weapon. Capture team finds not just a queen, but there's another, an extraterrestrial race there, a technologically capable extraterrestrial race, also trying to acquire this xenomorph queen. And the extraterrestrials that are there to get the queen are armed for bear with weapons that no Weyland-Yutani android is ever going to pass up. Now, could a standard or even the combat-hardened Weyland-Yutani android one-on-one with a freaking predator, with a Yautja? Yautja's fresh, got all of his gear. Weyland-Yutani android's got, he's decked out, assault rifle, flamer, body armor, and then underneath, just raw android power, everything that Weyland-Yutani could put into their bioengineering with a little extra. How's that fight going to go? I want to see that fight. Oh, I want to see that fight. And I'm going to have to assume the androids pull it out because the Yautja don't understand fully artificial life forms. I don't believe they do. I think they might have a problem with fully artificial life forms. The Yautja have a very good understanding of biology. They can spot biological signs and potential prey from a distance, whether they're pregnant or malformed. They appreciate a good biology. They couldn't see the skeleton through the skin of an android, not enough heat differentiation. Androids, machines, lots of computer equipment in there. They're more concerned with shedding heat as often and as fully as they can than a human is. We can take some heat in our system. We need some heat in our system. Computers don't do that. I imagine the internal temperature of an android, even in operation, would have to stay pretty low to be operationally effective. But I digress. The androids take the Yautja, not just in combat. They capture them. They turn their net weapons on them and manage to get a few of them. They were told to bring back the highest order xenomorph they could find. And here, there is an alien queen bonus. There's another alien race and their technology. So you've got those super alloys and the gravity drives and their toxins and medical technology. Just amazing stuff. It all gets packaged up. It all gets put in cargo containers and stocked up. The alien queen in chains and maybe in some kind of tank that they hope will put it in biological suspension. They hope will. And then they head back. All of this, every last bit of it, every the alien queen, the androids, the humans, the Yautja, all the Yautja's equipment, everything. Probably a few alien eggs as well, gets taken through the warp. And if it was a shielding issue, well, all of that stuff is exposed now. Or if it's an over time issue, it's that time is a very variable element in this kind of travel. Everything gets exposed. Everything gets suffused with that pure energy of the warp and its hell. Ship comes into normal space in the solar system. Probably not directly over Earth, not yet. Can't do that. Stakes too high all at once. But a nice big Jovian station, something around Io, something that's just there to process people and help out asteroid miners and just be a useful base of operations for everyone in the outer system past the belt. Here comes Event Horizon 2. There's even it's got its own hangar at the station, Weyland-Yutani Station, company town. And here comes Event Horizon 2. 100,000 souls on that station. Yeah, maintenance workers and people working the retail shops and the administration and the rotating pilots and all the consultants, the safety crew for the asteroid miners, the only hospital in this area. And good luck trying to make it back past the belt to get to a hospital on Earth. Now there's a good one right here at Io Station. Oh look, Event Horizon 2. What could possibly go wrong today? Where do I put my adventure? Where in all of this do I drop a single session adventure? Victory system, all the books, space era, your standard character build. Maybe a lower starting budget. Maybe start off with like a 15,000 starting budget so that you don't have all the laser eye beams and kung fu that you might if with a full starting budget. A little bit. Get you competent. Given that I want to leave the elements of the movies stable where they are at, I don't want to go into the events of Event Horizon when all this happens within our encapsulated little story here. Folks could play the android crew of the Event Horizon 2. That could even be a little episodic. That things could just gradually be getting worse and worse. They could be dealing with slow onset madness, all that kind of stuff. Be really good. Or a human crew of scientists sent on the Event Horizon 2 to go to LV-426, and you can have that exploration and horror and discovering the predators and all that going on. You could be playing the predators, and you got to go to LV-426 to stop these people, and you discover these folks with this spaceship that makes you sick, and you remember stuff about your history where these things were banned, and all these folks are evil, and now you got to attack them because, well, you're a predator and they're not, and stuff got to happen. Any of those folks, a combination of androids or human crew or Yautjas on the trip back through the warp and experiencing what happens during that trip. That'd be a good game. Or you're on Io Station. You just clocked off after a long shift to asteroid mining and got a couple of friends here that work in various stuff. And yes, are walking past the stupid big window made out of the steel glass composite that half the station's made out of. So you can see outside of the grand stars and the glory of Jupiter below and endless space above you. And here comes the Event Horizon 2, the glorious triumph of this station. That the station was built so that ship could take off and return from it. And it's coming close, and well, you might be able to pick up a few extra bucks going and seeing if you can't get a welding gig and do a few repairs. Just getting good with the company. And what happens once that ship docks? You could be playing administration for the station. And playing administration for the station, and you see it coming in, and you start to get reports, and things don't look right. And what do you do? And you can spread this around a little bit. Man, that'd be 3 really, really good games. That'd be 3 kind of amazing games. Because you have a session where you are going to LV-426 in the Event Horizon 2, human crew and androids. Pick characters can be from either or. Then those characters are on LV-426. Maybe that could be one session. It'd be a long session, but the travel there and getting there and encountering the Yautja and capturing everything that you need to capture, getting back on the ship and heading for Earth. And you have people play through all of that and be involved in all this and get involved in those characters, and they're all into it and into the story, and they take off and they jump to warp and see you next week. And next week, you don't hand them those characters. You hand them random people from the IO station who are on the station waiting for the Event Horizon 2 to arrive. And now they've got stress from 2 directions. One is like, well, what's going to happen with Event Horizon 2? Why aren't we? Here you are, and it's a great day. And now they're worried about those people they left on the ship. Are they going to be okay? What happened to the people on the ship? And then the ship lands and everything goes bad, and there's monsters in the station. Not just xenomorphs, not just a xenomorph queen, but a xenomorph queen that's been infused with xenobite energy from the depths of the warp. The Pinhead as the alien queen, and then the androids with the all their white fluid in them is just turned to black, and so they've got black veins just under their pale skin, walking around shooting everything right and left, coming up with inventive ways to tear people apart right there in the middle. And they're aided by the squad of now possessed Yautja, having shared some of their weapon technology on the way with the androids and the humans. Maybe the human scientists are still alive. Maybe they buckled themselves down. Maybe they've torn themselves apart. Maybe someone's going to have to get into the ship to see if anyone's in there still alive, if they can get past all the monsters. Now you got monsters on the ship, half of which are spraying a molecular acid everywhere if they get injured or blown up or something. And that's going to start causing mechanical problems with the station really darn fast. Glass steel can stop a lot of stuff, but the molecular acid is not some of it. And now you've got a disaster to adjudicate. Now people are just trying to survive. Maybe they're trying to find a solution to it. Maybe you got to get rid of the Event Horizon 2 or do something. but things are bad, and now it's a horror movie. Now it's a real horror movie. Now it's Cloverfield in space. And if you're lucky, you're just going to get away. If you're lucky. I like space and horror because I think they go together very well, like peanut butter and chocolate. Um, Science fiction should be full of risks and dangers, and in our own race to space and the technology that we developed in our own space programs, we've seen some of the most terrifying things that we can face are mechanical imperfections. The environment just outside of your door, given how far away your door is from the ground. The slightest mathematical error that would change your joyous trip to and from the moon into an endless tumble screaming into the depths of space forever. Space is scary. Space should be scary. The exploration of space is not safe. No matter how much time and effort we put into it, vacuum will always suck. So when you take something that is inherently that dangerous, and I like one of the things about Event Horizon is that it brings to the fore that, oh, you're in friggin' space. It is dangerous. You absolutely need to have your wits around you, or just being here will kill you. I've got characters and whole institutions in my own role playing games based on a few moments from Event Horizon where there's a guy there who knows how to rescue someone about to go through explosive decompression, who knows the routine for doing that. And that was brilliant to me. A space rescue specialist. Done better in Event Horizon than maybe any other film I've seen. You take that amount of terror, that amount of stress, and now you add monsters. Now you add implacable, inescapable monsters that will kill you just as dead as being outside of your spaceship. Death is everywhere. It's inside with you. It's outside. You never know when it's going to come. And that's proper spooky. That's proper scary. Man, you throw some actual supernatural stuff into that. The presence of supernatural evil. The spaceship travels through hell to get where it needs to go. There are actual demonic entities that are taking advantage of this, or just entities that are so far beyond understanding, they might as well be demons. And it gives me a warm feeling to contemplate these things and to think of the images and stories that they're going to bring up. I've got a bunch of stories of just sitting down. I want to run a space horror game. Anyone interested? And that table fills up and stuff happens. Never the same way twice. Good con games. Very good con games. Thank you for following me along in this particular ramble. I enjoyed this one. I needed to let it cook for a couple of days as I am in a bathrobe wearing way. I'm sure I will feel better soon and hopefully get these out more regular on schedule. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy the video, give me a thumbs down. Feedback is feedback. If there's anything else you'd like to hear me talk about, or like to hear me talk about more on this subject, whatever you'd like me to bring up, subjects you'd like me to cover, questions you want me to answer, leave me a question below. I will love getting your question. You'll love leaving me a question. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, why not? My channel is awesome. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you do, you might want to hit the notification bell just so you're alerted when my videos become available. If you would like to contribute to the channel in a more substantial manner, I invite you to hit me at my Patreon page, www.patreon.com/ScottCorum, and consider donating. Absolutely anything helps and allows me to make better videos more often. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I'm Scott Corum, this is what has mattered to me, and I'll see you next time on the next Matters of DeCorum.